Hey there, it's Garrett here from MakeMoneyWelding.com, and I help beginner welders learn how to weld from home in their spare time. And today what I want to share with you is how to pick a welder and my favorite welder that I use. And it's an excellent welder if you're just starting out, just doing some hobby welding, hobby projects, and it's a perfect welder for beginner welders to learn with. And it's called the Hobart 140. And Hobart makes a good line of MIG welders, and that's what this is a Hobart Mig Welder. And they make different classes of MIG welders, and you can get a 110 volt or a 220 volt if you're welding on thicker metal. But this is a 110 volt, and if you're just a hobby welder, a 110 volt welder like this will do wonders for you. And you know, when I was looking for a welder and I was shopping around, I asked several people, several dealers, and you know, what's a good welder to start out with? I don't want to spin an arm and a leg, but I need something that's really good. They all recommended the Hobart, and especially they said if you're beginning, the Hobart 140 is a perfect setup for you, because you know, I'm not going to be welding on you know, in a shipyard where I'm welding on 3/4 inch plate or anything like that. I'm welding on hobby projects at home, barbecue pits, trailers, that kind of thing. So you know, I didn't need to spin an arm and a leg. But I still wanted something really good. So I wanted to show you some really cool features of the Hobart 140. And the first thing you're going to see is right here on the handle, it says Miller. And Hobart is made by Miller. And if you're not familiar with what Miller welders are, they're the top of the line welding machines that you can buy. And so you know you're getting a quality product when you buy a Hobart welder. You know, there's nothing cheap about these welders. They're made solid, they're made strong, and the weld beads that you'll get from this welder are pretty damn good if you ask me. You know, I've used several other MIG welders. I've even used a Lincoln and a couple other brands, but I didn't get the quality of welds that I got just using this Hobart welder. You know, I was really surprised for the price of how good a welds it laid down. And you can take a look at some of the weld beads that I've laid down and how smooth they are and how well they tie into the sides of the metal. The toes of the welds are tied in nicely. You know, all of these welds that I laid down are really, really nice. And you know, it's all because of this Hobart welder, this Hobart 140. You know, so if somebody asks me if they're a complete beginner, what they're going to start out with, what they should start out with, I recommend the Hobart 140 because it doesn't cost an arm and a leg, and it lays excellent weld beads. And a couple features that I really like about the Hobart 140 is you've got your voltage controls right here, and you've got your wire feed right here. And inside the machine, when you open up the door on the side of the machine, you'll see some settings in there that show you exactly where you need to set this machine for the thickness of metal that you're working with. And here's that chart that I'm talking about, so you don't have to second guess what your setting needs to be on when you're welding a material that you're not sure about how thick it is. Now, another really cool thing about this welder, the Hobart 140, is that you can hook a gas cylinder up to it, and that's really important when you're buying a MIG welder, that you look for something that you can hook a gas bottle up to. Some MIG welders just come ready with flux core, and that's really not enough if you want to make good clean welds. And the last thing I want to show you is how easily you can start a weld with this welder. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. So there you have it, and as you can see, that's a pretty damn good weld for one of these Hobart 140 welders like this. You know, you really can't go wrong with the value and the quality that it gives you, quality of weld that it gives you. So like I said at the beginning of the video, I teach people online how to start welding, And if you're interested in learning how to start welding, you're a complete beginner and you want to learn how to start, all you have to do is grab my free report at makemoneywelding.com, and I've got a whole complete video course for you. And all you have to do is opt in to grab the free report, and you'll get the videos as well. So that's it for this video, and go to makemoneywelding.com to grab the free report. See ya.